cake dance. Come on, do the cake dance. Come on, do the cake dance. Cake dance. Come on, do the cake dance. Cake dance.
You didn't think to, like, I don't know, grab forks or something? What about napkins?
Dude!
You smell like syrup. And whose fault is that? I wrote a song while I was waiting for you to do this. Show me! It goes... Fuck Allison.
I'm fucking starving, mate.
What do you want? What do you have?
What is hemp-infused Brazil nut butter and why is it in your fridge?
It's an excellent source of selenium. For proper thyroid function.
I don't know how you remember this. I don't even remember the last time I drank water.
Or you had about 12 ounces like an hour ago, so I'll remind you when it's time.
You're a mad woman. And I love you, but I cannot eat your hippie food. I'm gonna go home and have some noodles with butter.
That's what toddlers eat. Hello, you're speaking to Candy. Hello? Hello?
Okay, hold on. Stay here.
is he? No? Okay. Look, I don't know if I ever told you about how when my mom married Mark, I completely flipped out. I remember this one day, I especially craved attention, so I decided to eat this little ring I had gotten for my birthday. I thought that if I had to go to the doctor's, I could get some alone time with my mom and then convince her to leave Mark. Well, when we got to the hospital, the doctor said, not to worry and that it'd likely pass within the next day or so. Anyways, on the car ride home, I asked my mom, Mom, why do you want me to be sad? And so my mom goes, what? What are you talking about? Of course I don't want you to be sad. And so I'm like, but you're marrying Mark, and that makes me sad, and you're doing it anyway. And so she's like, why does that make you sad? And I was stumped. I literally had no idea why that made me so sad. And so I sat there for several minutes just thinking, why did that make me so sad? So my mom pulls the car over onto the side of the highway, and she came into the back seat with me. And she holds me. We just sit in the back seat. We don't say anything. She just holds me. I've never agreed with my mom on anything. She hates the way I dress. She definitely doesn't like the music that I make. And she's always asking me if I remember how to play normal piano. But we agree on each other. That's really the one thing you have to agree on. It's one another. I agree on her. On eclectic, energetic, extroverted, head over heels for Mark from Bank of America. Her. And she agrees on me.
Okay, so I know you're better at telling stories than I am, but I have one too. Once upon a time, there were two best friends who lived in a big castle. They did everything together. They never spent a moment apart. And then one day, one of the friends comes home with a pet dragon. And the other friend doesn't know about it until the entire house is burned down. And
Where did the dragon come from?
Shh, I'm talking to my friend on the phone.
I'm just saying, you gotta give a girl some context.
Anyway, back to my story. The friend doesn't know about the dragon until the entire house is burnt down. And she goes to her friend and says, "How does this happen?" And the friend doesn't say anything. At all. And the friend...
Which friend? I'm getting the protagonists mixed up.
Why didn't you tell me you were a sex worker?
You mean that I'm a phone sex operator? Because I started 2 weeks ago. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it.
Well, why didn't you talk to me if it was something you were trying to decide?
Frankly, because it's not for you to decide. Marianne, I'm obsessed with you, and if you needed me to slay your dragon, you know I would, but this needs to come from me.
I've got to go see about a dragon.
Good evening. This line isn't active until 7 p.m. Thank you for calling.
Candace? That story you told me about your mom, was that true? Candace?
Uh-huh. Yes, it is.
I agree.
On what?
On you. Do you know, agree on me?
Of course I do. Oh, Marianne.
What?
Remember that song I was working on? It's finished.
Ooh, show me. Candace, this is so cool. It's not like your old stuff at all.
Do you like it?
Marie and I are going steady.
Uh-huh. You, haven't dated anyone else for quite a while.
But we haven't agreed on anything. I mean, we haven't even talked about going steady. We just...
You just sort of go steady. Perhaps that's the best way to go about it. You've dated Marie a few times. You've enjoyed the dates together. You're in the habit of dating each other. As long as you don't make any commitments, as long as you don't expect too much of each other.
That's funny, Dad. I half expected you to be mad when I told you. A couple of years ago, you used to worry if I dated the same girl twice in a row.
Yes, Mother and I used to worry about you going steady. Still do some. But you're older now. Mother and I think that you're better able to cope with the problems that go with going steady.
Yes. You've played the field for 2 or 3 years, Jeff. Now you begin to settle on one girl. To date her rather steadily for a while. Of course, the first time you go steady, you don't expect it to be permanent.
Permanent?
Mother and I went steady for quite a while. But it wasn't the first time for either of us.
What your father means is you'll likely go steady with several different girls before you begin to think seriously about marriage.
Oh, well, who's thinking about getting married?
A lot of young people do actually drift into marriage without first finding out how they get along with more than just one person. Without first finding out how they get along with more than just one person. Without first finding out how they get along with more than just one person.
Hey Laura, I'm just calling because I saw your car in the hall. I hope everything's okay and you can come over soon. Love you, bye.
Meet Olathe, Ollie for short. He's 6 inches of locally raised Colorado corn, a whole inch larger than the national average. He can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Ta-da!
He listens to the Jonas Brothers. He double texts. He can grow a chest hair. He's bilingual.
See?
He drinks regular milk.
Yeah. Ew. That's disgusting.
This season on An Ear to Listen To, we'll follow Ollie in all his corniness through his first year at Green Giant High.
Oh, there's my wallet. Nice, nice.
Hello?
Hey, you should totally come out with us tonight.
No, I'm sorry. I wish. I've been stuck writing this fucking screenplay for my final. I've been up for 19 hours already.
Damn, that sucks. Okay, well, I gotta go. See you later. Bye.
Thanks. Are you alive?
Hey, I can't get to the phone right now. Leave me a message.
Loneliness can be a monster sometimes, and it's so hard to see. It hides in midday cafe corners, and late night libraries. Oh, loneliness can be a monster.
Aaron. Aaron? Is everything okay? Alright. Let me make sure I have everything correct. You and your boyfriend enter your car. A man you don't know with a gun emerges from the back seat and demands that you drive to an isolated location. You get there. It's a small shed, you think. He kills your boyfriend and hits you with something that renders you unconscious. You wake up on the side of the road and happen to see an officer driving at the time.
Yes, that's right.
This shed, do you have any idea where it could be at?
It was dark. We didn't drive on a busy road for very long before we were on a long empty one. It went on for miles.
Your boyfriend, do you think he was buried near the shed, or was he...
I don't want to think about where he's buried.
Alright, it's alright. How about we stop for today? You might remember more after some sleep. there's video of the car from a store they parked in front of. Erin and her boyfriend enter the car first. Then, 2 minutes later, another male enters through the back doors. I went through Ryan's social media account. He seems extremely close to a Jackson Page. They have pictures going back to their high school years. Seems super involved in Ryan's life, but not a hint of him on Erin's pages. Erin has posts talking about how great Ryan's friends are. They all go out together sometimes. They even have pictures. You would think she'd get along with his best friend like this, but there's nothing. Erin tried to file a restraining order against Ryan and Jackson 3 years ago. She said she dropped them about 2 weeks after filing. For Jackson, she believed he was in immediate danger. She claimed in the order that he sexually assaulted her. There was no officially filed report for it. Whether or not there was a filed report, it should have been investigated. An accusation and a restraining order are a bad mix. Now I think what happened on the 10th had been building up long before then. I'm scared about what else I might find. Jackson Page last heard from on the 9th. His mother said he calls her every day, except for when he suddenly stopped on the 10th. I visited his mother's property. It's basically a ranch. Out in the middle of nowhere, dirt roads leads to it. There's a shed. It's mostly for Jackson's use. His mother said it was a complete mess, but when she looked in there on the 11th, it was spotless. There was no evidence of burial anywhere. Erin's smart, though. She didn't bury it there. I need to talk to her again before I do anything else. I talked to Jackson's mother, and I went to her house. There's a shed very similar to the one you described. I'm going to ask you one last time, Erin. What are you not telling me?
I can't believe this. You seriously think I had something to do with this?
Yes, I do. Because no evidence has proven me otherwise.
Because you and your team are so bad at finding evidence, you think I'm responsible?
I know something happened, whether it was to you or to Ryan. But whatever it is, it's not what you've told me.
Think whatever you want. I'm not going to sit here and let you accuse me of something like this.
What are you going to do when we find Ryan's body?
I'm not worried. You don't seem to be very good at finding things.
I found it in Erin's closet. I had to get to it before they got rid of it. It's for everything except the murder, just how to get rid of the bodies and any suspicions. I've never seen anything so thought out. There's tons of evidence here that links Erin to the murder of Ryan and possibly Jackson.
Who was going to help me? All I had was myself.
But who am I to decide what happens to you?
You wouldn't be the first. You're going to ask me what I did, aren't you?
No. I want to know what Ryan and Jackson did to you. Then, I want to know what you did to them on January 10th.
Jackson has nothing to do.
I know they did something, or else you wouldn't have wanted restraining orders against them. I saw the third man enter your car like he was a friend. I found the journal, Aaron. You're looking at 2 charges of murder at the least. With the journal, it's anyone's guess. What did they do?
The sexual assault, they both did it. I didn't want to report it because Ryan said that if I ruined his life, he would ruin mine. I tried the restraining order later on, but he just said that anything I did to him, he would do back to me, and his friend was no different. I didn't know what else to do. I stayed with him because I was scared. I told Ryan that I couldn't see Jax again, and that if I did, I didn't know what I would do.
So Jackson was the man who entered the car?
Yeah. And like I said, my mind just went blank. Instead of cowering in fear, I got so angry. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I knew that Ryan kept a gun in the glove compartment, so I grabbed it and I pointed it at Jackson. I wanted to pull the trigger so bad, but I knew everyone would hear, so I pointed at Ryan, who was driving, and told them to take us to Jackson's house or I would kill them both right there.
This shed was where you kept them?
Yeah. It was the only place I knew of that was far enough away. When we got there, I made them both get out of the car and walk over the shed. I told Jackson to open it, and he did. And that's when I shot him, because I knew if I didn't, he would call the cops the second he got the chance. I took Ryan to the shed and closed the door, and he started to fight back. I didn't mean to kill Ryan. I didn't intend on it, What was love if I was going to do that?
What happened then?
Ryan started choking me, and I was so scared because he's much stronger than me, and I knew that if I let him keep going, then I would die. So, the gun had fallen across the room, but Jackson was a hunter. That's what he used the shed for. And Ryan was so focused on killing me that he didn't see me reach for the table. I fumbled around and managed to grab a knife, and I stuck it in Ryan's neck, and he fell, and I blanked, and the anger came again. I just kept stabbing him again and again and again. And eventually my arms got tired, and that's when it hit me. I had really messed up. But I knew I had to fix it, and that if I didn't, Ryan and Jackson would just ruin my life all over again.
Why couldn't you wait for real justice to be served? Ryan and Jackson could have paid for what they did to you.
We both know that was never going to happen. It wouldn't have been enough for me anyways. All I can do now is move on from that and from this. So, now that you have my confession, are you going to arrest me?
No.
Thank you, detective.
This is the last recording I'm going to make about the case. I can't send her to prison. I can't let this happen to her again. While I'm worried about being caught, Erin set this up so that she was the only evidence. When I get rid of this journal, it'll stay that way. I hope this gives her justice somehow.
Does this ever happen to you? Want someone else who likes to critique movies as much as you? Have you always wanted to hang out in Straub? Well, do we have the solution for you? Introducing the University Film Organization. Here at the UO, we don't just study films, we make them.
And action?
Oh my gosh, hon, I am so sorry that I'm running late.
Honey, what are you wearing?
What? You so casual.
Cut! Margot, a little more annoyance. She's late by like an hour, and you've been waiting for this long.
If you're looking for a film community, the University Film Organization is a place for you. We meet weekly to conduct workshops, set days, professional development, and Q&As with industry professionals.
Like the head writer of The Late Late Show.
Or an editor from the reality show Survivor.
You can even make your own work into reality with script submissions throughout the year. Worried about equipment you'll need? UFO's got you covered with a wide variety of equipment you can rent. So what are you waiting for? Join Film Club now. Find us on Instagram at UOFilm, and we'll see you on Zoom, and eventually in person.